All right, sorry about that. Welcome to the Mini Thunderdome. We're live. It is February 19th, 2025. We're now live for loss of damage 31 live account, PA or evaluation. Follow at your own risk. Good morning.
I capital holding announcements of long-term financial target.
All right, guys. Is everything on? Make sure everything is on. Okay, sound is on. Right. Market's about to make a new high here. Okay. I didn't trade yesterday. I was kind of on tilt. I had an issue with my account. So if you're on tilt, if you're tired, if you're having issues with your health, anything, don't trade.
Okay, fine.
If you're not 100% to trade, don't trade. You will make mistakes. You will hurt your account. Up here. Okay, here we go. All right. So you don't know today is the FOMC day. So the Fed will do his minutes. It's a very volatile day. It's a day if you're a beginner, you shouldn't even have your charts open. Now well, I don't know if you know, but I'm totally against sim trading. Sim trading just screws you up. It's a fantasy, so you'll never trade the same way live if you sim trade. So if you're gonna trade, use 1 micro evaluation, or it will go a new high. But today's a day you shouldn't be trading. Okay, it is crucial that we figure out if the big boys are trading or not. Usually FOMC is a day-to-day trade, or they'll trade if a disaster happens or war. So they are going for $2, $3. If they are trading, we need to figure out which way they're going, right? We want to follow them. No sound still? Still no sound? Welcome, Crazy Eddie. Yes, I did make some money last night, so full disclosure, I am not going to be taking any trades. I am not here to trade for the sake of trading. I'll still call out trades and say, okay, this is a trade that I will take, but I am not going to trade for the sake of trading. I have a goal to reach $50,000. So I'll call out trades the same way that I will call out, but yeah, I'm not gonna take any trades. If I was streaming, I would be sleeping right now. All right, so I have some major targets on the upside. So I think that it could all stop at 72.80 or 73.1. If they came to play, then we'll go all the way up to maybe 73.25. already hit some icebergs. Let me turn up my squawk box. So FOMC starts at 2 p.m., but I think after around, I would say 10:30 or 11, it should start to already
iceberg has developed.
get a little volatile. So crude is great because if you are gonna trade on a FOMC day, you have an hour or an hour and a half to trade. But again, it's a dangerous day because institutional traders are trading, and if you only have a small stop, it can get tricky. So either you have to have as much as I have. I have a 83, so I have about 30 grand to play with, or you got to trade the micros. It is a 5-minute chart, yes. 5-minute chart.
CLK5, iceberg has developed.
Those are just spaghetti lines. I don't use them, but if you want to know, if you guys want to know what they are, I don't trade off of spaghetti lines, but they are, let's see what I have here. I have a 9, a 21, a 72, an 89, and 190. Again, 9, 21, 72, 89, and a 190. But I don't trade off of them. I just make it look pretty. But my main indicators is Elliott wave and then Fibonacci. All right, so we just made a new high of 72.69. Probably do a little pullback. Maybe back down to 72.50.
LK5, iceberg has developed. An update for RTX. CEO speaking on the M&A says it does not think we need to.
Let's see. If it clears 57, we'll see another 7 ticks. You're welcome. What is the ES doing? ES is negative. If you guys want me to sim trade, you can, but I am not taking any trades. Let's see if 57 holds. It hit it. Went a little buy pressure. Next target up is 80 or 81.
From CEO of RTX.
I'll put 80 right there.
There is an opportunity in some businesses go beyond pre-COVID levels.
If it clears 80, we will see a 73. And if it clears 73.50, then we'll see a 73.60. Or positive 86. very slow start here. After made a new high, looks like we may go sideways. So we had some institutional trading. Oh, 6 hours ago. And then the opening, there's some trading going on. And if you use time and sales, you'll see that 8 minutes ago, 96 lot trade came through. That was inside of this bar here. It's because a bar is long, extended, doesn't mean that's heavy in volume. I've seen very small bars with a lot of volume. If you don't have opposition inside of a bar, it can be a long bar, but it doesn't mean that there's a lot of volume. Inside of this one bar here, there was a lot of volume. It was about 350 trades or contracts. They are already in the schoolyard. They came to play. We go, let's see if we can make a new high and hit that 80. Let's see how the market reacts to it. I'll go ahead and I'll put it on my, no. I was going to say cut off sim trade, but I don't want to sim trade. You create a pair of balls when you're sim trading. You do things that you wouldn't do if it was real money. That can create bad habits. Maybe I'll start streaming my book map. Yeah. Not gonna do it now, but maybe tomorrow. Oh, so usually on Wednesdays is inventory day, but today FOMC's is one of the days that they do it on Thursday. There are maybe two other days that they do it on Thursday, but today is one of them. So we don't have to worry about being on a trade at 7:30. And it will be tomorrow, my time, 9 a.m. Okay? So 12 o'clock Eastern time, it will be inventory tomorrow on Thursday, and I think at 11 o'clock is natural gas. Natural gas tomorrow should be 11:30 or 10:30. So It's usually at 10:30 on Thursday. Crude, Wednesday, Thursday is natural gas. They are the same sector. It's energy, so natural gas can influence crude. And crude obviously influences natural gas. Here we go, 73. We're getting close. There are 121 orders parked at 80, 93 at 75. So someone is making a statement, right? Because otherwise it would be an iceberg. So they are making known that they want to play at 80. Either block it or go long, right? Could be a stop also. So short, long, or a stop. See how it reacts at 80.
On day 5, iceberg has development.
If it is rejected, if it turns into resistance, we could see the market drop all the way down to between 18 and 0.10. So 72 and 10 cents all the way up to 72.18. About a 50 lot iceberg. They are pulling some of those contracts out of 80. Now it's only 113. And they pulled a lot of those contracts out of 75. Now it's only 30. It was what? 96, 96, I think I said? Oh, there were some filled. Hold on. Got filled. And 35. So, okay. So those were solid orders. It was not spoofing. So it was not a bot. Crude has robots, but not as many as the ES and the NQ. This is why I prefer to trade crude. If you're new to the channel, I trade crude because I have an edge.
Just a commentary from PepsiCo.
With the robots, I don't have as much as an edge.
It's becoming very meaningful.
On the NQ, on the ES, those programmers trade those bots to trade the opposite of what a retail trader would do. If you follow your MACD, you Bollinger Bands, those robots are trained to do the exact opposite.
Development.
All right, iceberg getting filled at 75, already 40 filled. Thank you, appreciate that. All right, so no institutional since the opening. They may be waiting for, all right, 79 and sell pressure right away. It hit that and boom.
CLJ5, iceberg.
205 stop. That's 105? Yeah, 205. A big order was waiting hidden. 205 lots at 79. There's 118 waiting at 80. Here we are. So even though I had a target, I had no entry.
Development.
But I'm happy to know that at least I'm seeing what is going on. That I'm not just blind. Where is the market going? You can't get on a trade unless you have an idea where the market can go. Before you get on a trade, you need to have a target. Otherwise, how do you know when to get out, when it has spent itself, right? When is it done? There comes a time where the market is either done going long or going short. It doesn't wait until the market closes. Sometimes it reverses halfway through the day, or it does a pullback. That's usually because it hit a level. So before you get in a trade, you got to know, where do you want to go? You just don't get inside of a car and just drive unless you're trying to put your baby to sleep. But we don't do that on trading. When you get in that car, you got to know your destination. It is crucial. And here, look at that sell pressure. So guys were already pre-running 80 and 81, and they got in early, and this is why we have a sell pressure. Trades got absorbed. There was about 101 contracts absorbed on the sell side. I wish time and sales would tell what level. Oh, there it is. I thought I had it off. Okay, so we had nothing at 79. It was all hidden orders. We have 5 minutes so the ES and NQ, all those other guys open up. Yeah, if we see if it starts to drive up again. We still haven't hit 80. There's 115 orders waiting. So I want to follow the trend, right? Especially when institutional traders are trading, you don't want to stand in front of a freight train. Either get out of the way or you jump in that train. So how do I do that? In this case, I need for it to pull back, so I find an entry. So I need a pullback. But crude is one of the only instruments that you can buy a high and go with it.
It's one that guy on at FTMO.
You can buy the high if it's not at a major target, because it could be just hitting, finding, discovering new prices. If I was to jump in while it was discovering new prices,
US President Trump on Truth Social said
right here, 62 area would have been a good location to jump in. But that's not how I trade.
For America First agenda, everything, not just parts of it. We need both chambers to pass the House budget to kickstart the reconciliation process and move all of our priorities to the concept of one big beautiful bill that will, without question, make America great again.
So this is the Trump era. Don't trade without a stop. Any tweet, anything he says can move the market. Make sure you are protecting your account. Do not trade without a stop. And here it is. Boom! 375 iceberg just hit, and that was hidden.
Iceberg beam.
Big old contract just hit. So if you don't know what an iceberg is a hidden order that the exchange allows. So we don't know the intentions of a particular trader. And obviously, it's because if we knew, we can go the opposite or do the same. So they allow institutional traders to place hidden order is a different ID in the exchange. If you have certain softwares like Bookmap, you can see them once they hit, not before, because it's a hidden order. That was a 500 lot iceberg. I haven't seen one of those in months. So the big boys are here to play. 500 lots, and that hit at 78. It looks like he waited for the market to hit 80, pulled back, and then he went in with a hidden order. That is interesting. Huh. So what are they trying to do here? Is this a block, or are they trying to take this to 73? It's our job to try to figure it out, and with that, it brought PLC up all the way from, it was at 50, 72, 50. With that amount of contracts, PLC moved up 30 handles. So is it going to be a platform, go higher, or is this going to be a ceiling? Is it going to be support or resistance? A nice little target. What the hell just happened? What did I just do? Thought I erased something. Nice little target there. And here we go. Next target up is going to be 7301. You could have a little resistance at 90. I'm practicing patience, no FOMO. Even though I have targets, I am not jumping in on trades. All right, FOMC, there we go. All right, we just moved the POC to 83. I almost called it FOMC. All right, we are pulling back a little bit here. But that big order created a vacuum. We are out of balance here. Either it needs to move up more or pull back. See if it wants to go and test 74. Get a small little pullback, or it can go as far down as 68. Or it's going to keep discovering new prices all the way to 90 and maybe pull back. I think it's going to pull back. Now, look how all of the sell pressure, every time it's created a new high, it's been absorbed. And it only has moved up because it's been hitting it really hard, but it keeps getting absorbed. So sellers may get exhausted because even though they are trying to block it, market is still making new highs. Right, POC just moved back down to 79, so it's important to know where POC is because that is the middle. Market wants to be at the extremes, either at the bottom or at the top of POC. But the most traded area is called the point of control, POC. If you already know all of this, I'm sorry, but I will always repeat. I don't know who's watching. If you're new to this channel, please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, help the algo so beginners can come and trade the way I trade. You can trade any instrument. I'm just the one that prefers to trade crude, but one day I'll come out with a true trading course, not like these other guys who have bullshit courses that you can watch other people on YouTube and you can learn for free. If I ever do it, I'm going to call it the cat's out of the bag. I'm going to show you everything. One day I'll do it. I don't know. I get a lot of
Just make you aware of the market.
requests.
And Trudeau says we are entirely focused on making sure no tariffs ever get brought in on Canada.
What did we hit? We hit 83.
Reference the
Could be the pullback because of imbalance.
Once you go to start that, response will be immediate.
So that was the most volume we've had all day. That was even more volume than the opening. I haven't seen a 500 lot. The most I've seen iceberg is 1,000, and that's like maybe once every 6 months or a year. Hardly ever see it. You'll see it on ES a lot, but not on crude. The average on crude is about 100, 150. Not average, common. The average is about 25 to 50. All right, we could have an extension here. There's some buying pressure. We're just waiting at 88 and 90. This could be a launch right here. It's very important to figure it out when you start seeing these stairways here. You don't want to get in the way. If you see about 2 or 3, it's trending. Higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. Every candle is a higher high at the bottom, right? I mean a higher low, sorry. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Every candle is a higher low. That is very important to track and keep an eye on it. Because it starts to create a channel, a support channel. You start to see that, get out of the way. Don't think that, oh, I know the high, I'm going to go short. No, you don't. You're going to get your ass kicked, and it's going to hurt. So on my PA accounts, I'm up 2140. I took a long trade yesterday. To watch it, I didn't narrate anything. It was just a trade that I took about 6 hours long. First target hit right away, and then it just watching paint dry. And I got out early. Here we go. I got out early because I didn't want to deal with it and stay up all night. But I did write on the chat that it can go all the way to 29, and 30 minutes later, it did. I exited at 72.17, I think. So I could have had another $1,000, but I didn't want to deal with it. I was tired. Here we go. Ooh. Another iceberg, not as big. That's a 50 lot. And that was institution again with a 71 lot and a 50 lot. Well, these guys, they are foaming at the mouth. If you,
Okay.
wow, 607 iceberg just opened up. Wow, it's gonna be 1,000. Yeah, they're here to play. Already 862. Huh, that's funny. Talked about 1,000. Here we are seeing one. Wow. If you never heard of it, there's a series of book called Market Wizards, and I forgot his name, but this guy goes around the world interviewing the best traders. He has like I think 4 or 5 of them already. His last one was during COVID, so it's quite current for as far as a market book goes, because some like 30 or 40 years old. So being a COVID book is cool, and he talks about that some institutional guys say I wait a month to place a trade. So these guys are foaming at the mouth. Just okay, today is the day that I'm going to place a trade. Look at that sell pressure. You don't want to stand in their ways. You want to figure out which way they're going so you can go with it. Here is Here's my book, and I have about 2 on Audible also. But this is the 20th anniversary one. Let's see if this is the new one or not. Right, 875 filled. When did this one come out? This one. Front or the back? I don't want to look at it now, but Sportswagger, right there. Can you see it? Probably not. But that's Market Wizards. Go read. It's a good read. That iceberg is still. Oh, here's the pullback. So it waited to hit 90. It was in balance. Now it's out of balance because that's a big order.
Filing for coin shares spot XRP.
It's still open. So it may still be a magnet because everybody's seeing it open. So anybody who wants to go long knows that they'll be able to exit at 82 at that iceberg. That's super cool. 1,000 berg. Wow. That's a big order. Woo. It's probably a bank, a national bank of some country, or a huge hedge fund. That is insane. Now, how many handles are they looking for?
5 years.
It could be
and it's like
10. Who knows? Or a whole dollar. We have no idea. But that didn't move POC. So there were more trades already in this area here.
For the day, no attention also
POC.
politics.
Oh, now it moved it. Okay. All right. So now it's at 82. It was at 78. All right. I'm going to move that 90. So that's another. That was a soft target, not a major target. That was a soft target. That's hit. This is my pullback area. So there could be a long entry somewhere in here. But I don't know the intentions of that iceberg. So I need to be careful. If I was to take a trade, I need to be careful because I don't know the intentions of the iceberg. Is that a sell iceberg or a buy? It printed as a sell, so maybe it's a stop. I don't know. But in total, with the other contracts, it was about 2,000. That's a lot. Woo. And that was not institutional. So it was a whole bunch of small contracts combined with that iceberg. Now, I'm surprised it's not printing as institutional.
TTW-5 iceberg beam.
But it's an iceberg, so maybe they are hiding that. All right, next target to the upside is 7301.
TTW-5 iceberg beam.
There could be a long opportunity here. This could be a long all the way to 73. I would have been tempted to take it. If I did take it, this would be my first trade of the day. Would have been a difficult start. Be keeping patience, practicing patience, controlling my FOMO. I'm seeing the market move, right? And I want to go with it, but you can't just jump in anywhere because there may be, the market could be on a pullback move and you enter right as it starts to pull back. I might have been tempted to take a long from here. All right, that iceberg is still open. This right here is here, this is major resistance. Major resistance right here. I'm gonna make this a little thicker. So we know it's resistant. There'll probably be a pullback from this area here. Oh, that's not gonna work. I'll make a. Actually, it goes all the way down to 90, but right here, that is major resistance. The iceberg still affecting the market. It looks like it's still out of balance with that order. I look at many things. It's not one. It's different time frames. I'm looking at a lot of things. Looking at support and resistance area. So during my, I'll tell, there are things that I still keep in the bag, but this I'll let go. So you start to look for areas that are supply and demand area. Doesn't mean it's a target, but it could be. So a supply and demand area, you could maybe plot it as a target. So how do you figure what a supply and demand area is? Is an area where the market goes sideways, right? So here, that's sideways. Now here it is starting an area where the market goes sideways. So every night, even if I'm not planning on trading the next day, I still do my homework, and this is one of my homeworks. I try to figure out where the supply and demand is, because the market moves from imbalance, right, supply, to out of balance, and then it goes to another supply area. Okay, so I try to figure those out. So I would, do this or do this here, and it's not always, a target, because you don't know if it's going to go to this one or to this one, right? Up or down, you don't know. But you should always plot your supply and demand area. That's based on where volume was traded. The market doesn't move by time. That is an illusion that they want retail traders to trip on. It's fantasy. The market is not trading because of these candles. It trades because of volume. It has nothing to do with time. Time is an illusion, even in trading. It's an illusion in real life, and it's an illusion in trading. But it's a good way to calculate things, to, see patterns, but you shouldn't be trading off of time. It helps you, but it's not something to rely on. All right, so earlier I called a pullback to this zone. We saw that, and I said that there could be a long. Here it looks like we're going long. Okay, where is that iceberg? Okay, they pulled it. what does that mean? Why did they pull it? So they didn't wait for the market to return to it and finish it. So I have a software, I don't know if it's called an indicator or a software, but in my book map, I have TTW. If you're gonna use book map, I suggest you getting TTW. I have a discount code. This will show you the icebergs, but it will show you the iceberg is still open and it will follow the market unless they close it or unless it gets filled. And they closed it at 52. So 5 minutes ago, they closed the iceberg before the market returned to it. So it was not 1,000, is 875.
CLK5, iceberg beam.
Yes. Usually I have my supply and demand area done the day before. There's some guys charging you $495 to go and teach you supply and demand.
CLK5, iceberg beam.
Some fake gurus out there. Just for that one information, they charge you $500 for it. Market always go from supply to supply. That's why it forms low and high volume nodes. All right. What time? Let's see. I completely forgot about the ES opening. So it opened up. We saw a pullback, iceberg, boom. Okay.
Iceberg beam.
And the ES is negative 14. I might have taken this long here. If you recall, I said it will pull back to either 74 or to 68, and it could be an area to go and go long because it's a pullback. I'm looking for pullbacks because I'm trying to follow the trend. The trend is not always your friend, but when it's an FOMC day, it definitely is if you can figure out what the trend is. Sometimes it's a fake out. They try to make it look like it's going in one direction just to trap you, a bull trap or a bear trap. They are trying to block it up here, looking like a blocked area. Okay, we are spending too much time in this area here. So something big is going to happen, right? We are inside a supply area. So it's going to either pull back 30 or move 30. For a retail trader, this is a very dangerous area because you don't know where the bottom is or where the top is. You don't want to get stuck inside of a channel. You're looking for it to break. I appreciate some thumbs up. Got few people watching. You can help me out with the thumbs up so it helps my algo so other people can come and watch and learn. If you're finding it useful. All right, I'm seeing a pullback here. Let's see. So it hit 90. I called it as a resistant area, and it coincided with an area where the iceberg was. So was that iceberg a sell order? It printed as a sell. It doesn't mean that that is the intention of that trade, or is it just out of balance because there was so many sells or so many entries into the market? The market needs to balance itself out, right? You can't have a trade unless there's someone on the opposite side. Even though it happened, it printed, people, traders, banks, whatever, maybe they were caught off guard and now they're scaling in or scaling out. So it creates imbalance. And that was fun to see. 875 contracts. It's crazy. Almost every handle is eight. So almost no, every handle that it moves, if you were that trader, every handle is worth 875. So 10 ticks is almost $10,000. It's crazy. I'm gonna watch it for another hour. Nothing happens. I'm just gonna call it the day. If you don't see opportunities, you need to either walk away or you need to end your day, because otherwise you may do a FOMO trade. If you're a beginner, you need to walk away. This is a trap, right? It's moving sideways. Is it going to go up or down? I don't want to miss an opportunity. I'm going to take a trade. You see it moving, you think it's going to go a certain way, and it's a trap, and boom, all of a sudden you're stopped out. So that long, I might have gotten my ass kicked. Maybe it wants to pull back. It doesn't launch again. Now at 73, it's gonna go all the way down. Gonna go all the way down to this area here. So if I was long, I would have needed to see an 82 or an 83. I would have been in danger of getting stopped out. What could be happening now is they could be waiting for the market or time to get closer to FOMC. They already placed a whole bunch of trades. Now they're just sitting back and waiting, trapping people. Whipsaw, up and down, chop. Worst time for a retail trader to be trading is inside of a zone. All right, looks like it's gonna do a pullback. I would have had a stop at 66 or 67. But it wouldn't have been a official trade, so might have taken it. I didn't call that as a trade. So far, I have not seen anything that I would say, okay, it's all like Donkey Kong. This is a trade I'm calling out. So far, it's been an hour and 10 minutes and I haven't seen anything. Be patient and I'm staying focused. Don't be looking at your email. Don't be looking on your phone. You're here to trade. This is a job. If you're going to make it as a trader, you need to have 100% focus. You need screen time. Don't preoccupy yourself with other things, looking at TikTok, whatever you do on your spare time. You don't bring it into trading. You're going against the smartest people in the world, people with more money than you could ever imagine. You're going to look at your phone, you're going to look at emails, you're going to get your ass kicked. Are they doing a boat trap to go all the way to 73? Is it a fake out?
Take 5. Iceberg has development.
Are they trying to make it look like it's a pullback and it's not? If we're done, this here could be a pullback. That's 15 ticks. It could be a pullback, then launch all the way to 73. Would have been a very challenging day. I am happy that I made my money last night. only saw one true opportunity, and that was long at 60. But I don't think I would have taken it. And this long here also is one that might have taken it, but nothing so far. Probably tomorrow I'll go and start to include bookmap, but it would be so tiny that I don't know if it would be useful. We may have a breakout here. Oh, no pressure. Trying to block the 80s. We could clear 91 or 92 is going to go all the way up. If we could clear this, if we could clear this right here, it's going up. I think I said I would have to stop at 67 or 68. I believe I said. So this trade, if I had taken it, yeah, they're definitely okay. Yeah. So I would jump on this right now. Boom. So I'm officially calling this a trade. Yep. So yeah, so now I'm calling this a trade, and I would have my stop here. So first official trade of the day would be on right now. So I would have either gone long somewhere in here, or I would go long at 83. So I'm trading looking at a higher time frame. So my stops are like 15, 25 ticks. So if you don't have that much money, you need to be trading small, you need to be trading micro. So this right here, anywhere in this area here is an area that I would have gone long, or I would have added right there at 83. And under this right here is where my stop would be. Okay, so you want to follow this, you do it at your own risk, not liable for any losses or damages to anyone's account. But this would be an official trade now.
Iceberg beam.
And high risk trade because we're still inside of the channel. But I'm looking
K5.
for that breakout. And I have As I called out earlier, I have several targets. I said that it'll either go somewhere in here or it can go as high as right here. Okay, so that's all. So maybe a 50 tick trade. One contract, $500. And it hit that POC sell pressure. So I would have been sweating out because I would have added. Oh, we just had some gas price news. Maybe that's what's hurting this trade now. He just called it. Box guy. What did he say? Oh, it was executive still sees scope for natural gas prices. EQT. I have no idea what EQT is, but that may hurt this trade. Yeah, I don't know what EQT is. Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Take 5.
Yeah.
Forecast development.
I would have been sweating. I would have been sweating now. Yeah, I have no idea what. If anybody knows what EQT is, let us know. Wow, that's a lot of sell pressure. I would like to see this bar close at 77 cents. We need to find support right now. Looked like it was going to break out of that supply and demand area, and they hit it. Boom. This is why it's dangerous when the market is sideways, because someone thought this is the top and I'm going short. And now maybe someone's thinking this is the bottom, I'm going long. I'm gotten stopped out here. Look at that. Ooh, they're holding it. They're holding it. I would have my stop here. Let's see if it holds. That's where my stop would have been. Yeah, I would have been swaying. And if you're not emotionally prepared for this, you're going to go into tilt. So I waited an hour and 20 minutes to call a trade, and I would have been worried. Place a trade, I'm going to get immediately stopped out. If you're not emotionally prepared for the market to do this to you, you shouldn't be trading. You shouldn't be trading. Good morning. Yep, there is. FOMC chop. 75% of trading is psychological work. It's you overcoming your demons. All right, guys, I'm going to watch for another half hour. Otherwise, I'm going to call it a day.
Okay, 5. Iceberg has development.
You're trying to hold it. Oh. Most likely, I would have been stopped out. That would have been a bummer because it might have put me on tilt, right? Waited an hour and 20 minutes, took a trade, and I'm stopped out in 5 minutes. And here is the pullback. So it looked like it was going to just snap out of that range.
Okay,
And instead, it found resistance. And now it's pulling back that area that I had marked earlier, and I shouldn't have erased it. All right, iceberg 115 filled, so another big iceberg. So are they trying to bring the market further down? So I believe I had a pullback area from this to this, I think. 134 icebergs. So many beginners would have gotten stopped out and then FOMO. Oh, I'm wrong. The market is going down. Let me go down with it.
Okay, 5. Iceberg beam.
But the market is only finding support. It's just a pullback to go and return to the trend. Just because you get stopped out doesn't mean that you're wrong on where the market is going. Maybe you just got in at the wrong time. So truly, it's not where you get in, is where you get out. But in order to be able to last where you get out, you need to be under leveraged. But you gotta be careful with starting the habit of moving your stop. So what you should do is just get stopped out, relax, calm down, and then look for another entry. But if you're over leveraged, maybe you're out of chips, you're out of bullets, and now you can't enter another trade, and now you see the market go in the direction that you thought that the market was going to go, and now you're on tilt, frustrated, and then you make mistakes, or you're done. You blew your account. So never trade your max. Always have room. Get used to losing money. That is the cost of playing. That is the cost of trading. Every business in the world, there'll be days that it's slow or you lose money because of overhead. You know, the restaurant, you might have too many people on the schedule for that day, and it's a slow day, and now you're paying for all those employees that you don't need. So it's the cost of doing business. But if you did get busy, you were prepared. So trading is the same thing. There are days that you're gonna lose money, and it's how you deal with it is that's gonna give you that long-term success. Losses are inevitable. It will happen. And if you don't have, make yourself a contract. This is mine. I sign a contract with myself every morning that I'm going to follow my rules. Every morning before I open up the computer, I print out my contract, I read it, I date it, and I sign it. Got to mention this morning, but usually the mornings I say, have you signed your contract? I wasn't planning on trading, so I forgot about it, but I did sign one last night. As soon as I saw the opportunity, I go, let me read over my rules, let me sign my rules, sign my contract, and then I took my trade. I always say, trading can bring out the worst of you. Any bad habits that you have, this business will bring it out if you're not in control. Market is built on fear and greed. Fear and greed is what builds the market. Market chop up and down. Oh, my daughter. Guys, I need to answer this. Excuse me a second. Sorry, guys, I need to answer this very important phone call to my granddaughters. A 5-year-old and a 7-year-old calling me. You guys, my 7-year-old granddaughter had to tell me that her dog knocked out her teeth. So they lost one of her baby tooths. She was excited to tell her grandpa. So cute. Okay, all right. We saw a huge cell bar, a lot of cell absorptions, 300 photo and icebergs. So this could be a launch area right there. Look at that support area. Wow, that was major, and that was Trump news. That was let's see, what was it? President Trump eyeing a bigger, better trade deal with China, according to some news channel. So Trump news moved the market. Again, this is Trump area. Anything he says can and may move the market. That was about 1,000 contracts inside of this bar here. That is the second biggest volume bar since that move right there. And look at that. It came right back to the scene of the crime. So anytime that there's a big move, this wasn't news, but it was such a big volume bar that it came back to it. Oh no, I'm sorry. This one here. The 800 and no. So I'm wrong. No. I'll take that back. Completely wrong. But this was the third biggest volume, and it did a return to the scene of the crime, but that is not really what happened here. Sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong place on the volume chart. This is where the biggest volume bar is, right here. But it did return to the same area, and that's why I got mixed up. So it pulled back to this initial move, found support, couldn't go lower. And is it going to hold now, or are we going back up? So if you recall earlier, I said that it could stop at 81, and then we have major resistance at 90. The high so far is 90, 91. And I did say that the market, if it finds resistance, this is where it's going. So we may be in our way down. I don't use a news website. I have Squawk Box. I pay $299 a month for Squawk Box. There is no news outlet that it's up to date. They're either 5 or 15 minutes. Well, usually they're 15 minutes late. The closest thing to a Squawk Box is if you find somebody on X that is posting news. Otherwise, everything else is 15 minutes late. Two things I wouldn't trade without is Bookmap or Squawk Box. Those are essential. You want to know what that move is. Is it just a pullback or is it a move? It's crucial to find out. Well, it looks like we're going to do a reversal here. Can we go negative? Don't know. But this right here is an area that not how I trade. I just don't take blind trades based on support and resistance area on targets, but it could be a good idea to go long here either for 15, 20, or 30 contracts, anywhere in here. So cute, my granddaughter. Now she lost both of her front teeth, and this was the last one. She was so excited to tell me. That was a very important phone call. If you're a grandpa, you know, or even if you're a father, but especially when you're a grandpa, because you're not there every day, and them thinking of you, it's very special. All right. What are we seeing here? What are we seeing? Now, this could be a long area too. We may see a long setup here if we can get back above 60. There may be a long somewhere here, but I would be afraid to go long now. If we get under 45, anything under, if the market tests this area anywhere in here, I would rethink longs. Rethink longs and start looking for a short inside of this box here. I wouldn't do it, but there could be a short from here, but I don't have an entry. I'm not seeing anything because it's, I call it decision point. So the market is either going to go and test the low 72s, or is going to go and return to its highs and again explore higher highs, new prices, discovering new prices. Here we are. Okay. Be careful if you're thinking about going long. So I would have never taken a short at this area here, but I'm happy that at least I saw and I called out that there's major resistance. I think I said either 90 or 91. I think I said 90 because it was also coinciding with, I think there was 122 orders waiting. And then we had the iceberg. So that iceberg, it printed as a sale, and now it's looking like it is a sale, but it's still not clear. But I would be careful with longs. This could be a target. Now, if it pulls back up to the 50s, there could be an entry for a short. Very challenging day. This is why if you're a beginner, the day that you should stay out. You shouldn't even turn on the computer. Even though you may think it's exciting and you may learn something, if you're not emotionally prepared, you could do a FOMO trade. This big move was not institutional. Not a lot of contracts, large contracts went through. It was all small contracts. It was all in between, I would say, 5 and 15 lots. Yeah, I consider from 30 to 90 and 90 to 200 could be institutional. Everything else, it's all small banks, small hedge funds, market makers. But a institutional trader may do several lots of 30. Here we are. Looks like it's moving further down. Beginning of the streaming, I called this out. That the market may do a reversal, may do a pullback to this area. This has been marked for over an hour and a half. We're finding support here. I wouldn't do it, but there could be an entry to go long here. But I would be scared. So either here or somewhere in here, all of this could all be an area to go long, but you gotta have a lot of chips to withhold such a large stop. Somewhere inside of that box could be a long opportunity.
From your social, so think of it, a modestly successful comedian, Zelensky, talked the United States of America into spending a $350 billion to go into a war that could not be won, that never had to start, but a war that he, without the US and Trump, will never be able to settle.
All right, so if you're new to crude, war is one of the biggest movers in this market. Is war, geo news, in any type of geographical news is a market mover.
He's very low in Ukrainian polls, and the only thing he was good at was playing Biden and like a fiddle.
So Trump is talking shit about Zelensky and Biden.
But on that, in the meantime, Trump is successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia, something we'll admit only Trump and the administration can do. Biden never tried Europe and failed to bring peace. Zelensky probably wants.
All right, I'm seeing a pullback here. We may see a 20 tick, so it could be a scalp. In the past, I used to do a lot of 10, 15 tick scalps. I have changed that. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm trading long-term or larger swings, but there could be right now starting a 15 to 20 tick move up. because it started right here at 28. Let's see if I'm correct about this. So a pullback. From this here, anywhere in here, or otherwise, we're gonna see another huge hit, and it's gonna go and hit that 19. Very challenging day. I would have, so far, I would have taken one trade and I would have gone stopped out within 5 minutes. I would have waited an hour and a half, take a trade, and I would have gone stopped out. If you ever feel that you're getting yourself challenged emotionally, walk away for 5 minutes. Just go grab a glass of water. And if you're prone to getting excited, and if it's correlating that you're having too much coffee, that is a problem. Coffee does cause a spike in adrenaline. Adrenaline is not a good thing when you're trading. You don't want to be overly excited when you're trading. You'll make mistakes.
Okay.
So, look at that. So, they are hitting sell orders again to go and test that 18. What do we just see at 21? I think for sure we will see a pullback when it hits that the 18, or it will go all the way down to 10. So anywhere in here, we will see a start of a pullback. I doubt that it will go through 10. Now, they could be front running and stopping traders in line already. They want to be first, and they may have entered already at 20. I front run all the time because I want to be first, right? Limit orders are parked and they're filled in the order that they were placed. Whoever placed it first will get filled first. So many people front run a level to make sure that they get on that trade or that their orders are filled. So I front run all the time, and if I do it, I'm sure a lot of people are doing it. So is this the end here? Was there enough front runners to go and stop it from hitting 18? Could be. If it is, we will see at least 15 to 20 ticks. Either go all the way up here, so all the way up here, or it will go all the way to 40. So there could be, so that long that I called, or I didn't call, I said there could be a long pullback from here. Maybe I called it too soon. So there could be a long at 32. all the way to go and test 50. But I would be afraid because I still have all of this here. This is still a target. So it would be a high risk trade. A high risk trade. I would only take this if I was already positive and I was willing to risk chips. I was willing to go and risk this here could be a trade. There it is. It's moving. So a lot of buy pressure, front running a level. Is it just a pullback or is this a return to either this area here? Now, we did have a news trade, right? So is it going to return to the scene of the crime? So scene of the crime is what? That news came out $7:31. 7:31. So right here. So all of this here, this bar here is all scene of the crime. And the market did return already some to it. It could just be a pullback. I said that it could be a 15 to 20. It stopped exactly at 15. So these are not exact numbers. This is just experience that I have and that I'm able to go and see it. But average pullbacks are anywhere between 10 to 40. You are the one that have to get into that groove and notice how the market is moving. But this here could be a pullback, and this could be a short all the way down to 10, or even go and actually tag that 18. So that's why I would say that's high risk to go long. All right, iceberg 250 just got filled at 27. So are they trying to take this market lower, or is this where they enter the market to go long? Are we going to go see the market go up to 52? So again, this could be a long trade, at least 20 ticks, but it would have been here, right? You recall earlier, I said it's not how I trade, but it could be a good idea to go long at 18. That's not how I trade, but if you trade that way, then it could have been a long opportunity at 20, but I'm still afraid of the market testing this area. Yeah, either we're going to go and finish this or we are pulling back to 50. So decision point. Decision point right here. We're going to go somewhere. You're going to be successful trader. This is not like a regular job that you have to clock in 5 days per week. There are days that you know I shouldn't trade. And every time I told myself I shouldn't trade tomorrow and I trade, I lose money. Every time I don't go with that gut feeling or that, okay, it's a news day, I shouldn't trade, and I trade, I lose money. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure I am not the only one. So this is why risk versus reward is very important, is that you gotta know when to let your trade run and don't get out of it early. Don't scare yourself out of your own trade so you could have these big winning days so you don't have to trade every day. Because it's impossible for you to be right every single day. It's impossible. Not even the best of the best. The best traders, if you go read market wizards, they wait for the market to come to them. So maybe someone was waiting at 20 and they went long. I don't have enough information. I don't have enough money to have enough information to be able to go and take this kind of trade. I need more confirmation. I'm trying to follow the pack. So now maybe, okay, all right, so there's a lot of buy pressure here. So now maybe I can initiate a trade, and maybe going long at 32 is a good idea. So at least up back to the scene of the crime. Now it could stop here, anywhere up here, or it can find resistance and then go and finish and tag inside of this green box, inside of this green level. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna trade, boom, get your ass kicked. Every time I've said I'm not gonna trade, it's Thursday. I said I'm not gonna trade Friday. Like 90% of the time, I've lost money. 90% of the time. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. It's gonna be tricky. If you don't know, Friday is a very tricky day to trade crude because it can move because of the weekend. There could be war, some type of news. So institutional traders are either getting in or they're positioning themselves as far as risk because of the weekend. So Fridays, you shouldn't be trading. So if you're gonna follow me, if you don't see me by 9 o'clock, means that I'm not, or any day. If you don't see me by 9 o'clock, I'm not trading. I decided that it's not in my advantage because I need to have an edge. I don't have enough money, so I need an edge. And if I figure there's no edge, or maybe I took an overnight trade already. I saw the opportunity overnight, like last night. This is why I'm not trading now. I made money on my regular account, my live account, and I made money on my Apex account. So I'm not going to trade for the sake of trading. This is not play, right? This is money. You don't, unless you're a gambler and you came here to gamble, but if you came here to gamble, chances are you're going to lose your money. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. In this business, you're going to get hurt. This is why only 10% of traders make it. First year, 75% have blown their life accounts. Right. May start another 20-tick move here. This could be a trade, but you gotta have enough money to have a stop to be under 10. So if you can do that, there could be a trade going long at 32. So was all of this just a test? Was this a pullback and then coincidence that Trump has news and then it just extended further and coincided that there was this support area and now the market is going to go back and discover new highs? Could be. Don't know. Could be. Right, major resistance right here inside of this box. All of this is resistance. If we could pass 55, we're gonna go all the way back up to the 80s. All right, we are within the scene of the crime. See how they handle this area? They're buying again. So this is a trade that I would have seriously thought about taking. But I would have been afraid of the green box. But again, I did say that it could be a good idea to go long at 18. So don't think I would have taken it. I just don't want to go and say, yeah, I would have gone long here. I'm not going to bullshit. I don't know what I would have done if I was looking to take trades. But look at that. Return to the scene of the crime. Sell pressure. Are we done? Are we done here? So if you are looking at shorts, maybe somewhere now could be a trade to go and finish this move. Return to the scene of the crime. This may have created momentum, and now everybody decided that to go short is the next move in this market. We did find a lot of resistance, found a lot of supply here, and mostly supply to go short. That big iceberg hit, 875. So this could be the end. I did say that at the beginning of the stream that it may end at 83, and I was wrong by 7 ticks if it has ended, but I did call resistance at 90. Oh, are we done to the upside? We are looking for clues to figure that out. What is the market showing us? So far, it could be just a return to the scene, and now, boom, come back. So this would have been, so far, a good scalp. It would have been a good idea to scale out right at the top of that bar where that move that Trump news started. My squawk box off. Bottom back on. All right, guys, I'm going to stay for another 10 minutes. I said I was going to be done now, but 10 minutes I need to go. Go
development.
feed Benny. He hasn't gone out for a pee yet, so So the market hasn't regained the volume back from this move yet. So that could be a clue that we're not done on the upside. Now, it doesn't mean that's going to go, because it may just get absorbed. Volume doesn't always move a market on a certain direction. Sometimes volume could be negative and the market is still going positive, and vice versa. If you guys are learning anything, I would appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe. Yeah. Starting to look like that 30 was a good trade.
Okay, 5. Iceberg has development.
If you haven't jumped on it, maybe you could go long at 40 if it pulls back to it. 41, but again, high risk trade. We still have this area, but maybe this area is done.
Via Axios, Trump and foreign regulators could complicate Intel's breakout.
The trend is still long, right?
5. Iceberg has development.
We are positive, so we saw a lot of support, a lot of sell absorption. We saw almost, what is that, 200, 300, about 400 worth of icebergs right here in this area. Very challenging morning of a lot of fakes out, a lot of fake outs. That's the whole idea, right? They are trying to take money away from us. So they're going to try to fool us. So if I was to go long anywhere, if I wasn't already long, somewhere in here could be a good idea to go long, but you gotta have enough chips to be under here. But then this is also a target, right? So you gotta have enough chips to have a stop somewhere in here, but I wouldn't feel comfortable unless I am under 18, because I have 18 as a target.
All right, deal with
Going long, going short, everything's high risk now. A lot of uncertainty. If you're on the short side, also at 40 could be a short. Why? Because we went back to the scene of the crime. The market found resistance, and now it may want to finish and tag the green box. So what I think is going to happen is that if I was to go long, I would have gone long, and then I would have scaled in somewhere in here. I would have bought again. I would have gone long 3, added another 3, see if the market would hold. But I would have been scary. It would have been scary. To be honest, I am more on the sell side. I am more on the sell side. I still have lower targets. I still have a 72. All of this here is all of this is all a target also, all the way down here. Yeah, it's challenging day. Challenging day. I'm glad I am not trading. It would have been very challenging. Either a long or a scalp. Well, not a scalp, because it's at least 40 ticks, but yeah. All right, guys, I'm done. I'm going to call it. So I'll say it one more time. Either a short at 40 to go all the way down to the bottom of that box. It may extend and may go all the way down to 71.90, or a long to go all the way up to 73, 73.30. Closer we get to FOMC, I know. I feel you, my brother. Yeah. A lot of people do gamble trading. The worst is that they don't see it because it's such an unusual form of gambling. It is, let's be honest, it is a gamble, right? I mean, there's, unless you have spot on risk reward strategies, it is, I'll be honest, it's a gamble. But most people don't see it. Yeah, exactly. At least you're honest. That is. All right, guys, I'm done. So decision point here, it will either hold this and then return one more time up, or it's going to keep going down. But I think the best move is no move. Don't do anything. This market is super challenging today. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. You learned anything? Awesome. Return tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a fun day. We need to get in and out early tomorrow before the reports. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. Thanks for the support. I'll see you live in the Thunderdome. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you take any of these trades, I wish you nothing but green. Thank you. Take care, everyone.